Hi, my name is Sarah Umber, and I'm going to be talking about the U.S. pharmaceutical market and the Affordable Care Act. I will be giving a brief overview of what cost a pharmaceutical company incurs, providing a couple of comparisons of the U.S. and other countries' pharmaceutical markets, and I'll also give brief insight on what may come with the Affordable Care Act's impact on the prescription drug market. This chart gives us a great illustration of the complex process that's followed in order to bring a new drug to market. The first cost that the drug company is going to incur is time. As you can tell, the preclinical testing can last up to 2 years, and then the remainder of the phases can go up to 8 years and possibly up to 12, depending on the complexity of the drug and what is found during the trials. After these phases are completed, the new drug application has to be filed, which could incur another 6 months to even a year. The other cost of bringing a drug to market is financial cost, and bringing one drug to market can cost upwards of $1 billion, possibly more depending on the type of drug. And for many drugs that come onto the market, many more fail during preclinical stages or even during the phases of clinical studies. During the early 2000s, more and more money was being spent on drug research and development. And this chart is somewhat dated, but their estimates were pretty accurate. The amount that has been spent on research and development over the past several years has declined, as well as the new pharmaceuticals that are approved by the FDA has declined. And the rate of new drugs coming to market being decreased has created challenges, since there are new disease states that we know about and even old disease states that we know more about, so we know what treatments need to be brought to market, but the ability of these pharmaceutical companies to pay for this is the main challenge. To give you an idea of just how much money is spent on pharmaceuticals, this chart gives a great illustration of where the U.S. stands in comparison with the rest of the global prescription market. North America is at top for sales and in clinical trials that are underway. We have the world's largest pharmaceutical market, but we also have the least constrained pharmaceutical market. Once drugs are approved by the FDA, there are no regulations as to how much a company can charge for their drugs as compared to Europe and other countries who are highly regulated on the amount of money they can charge patients once the drug is made to market. In 2010, prescription drug sales in the U.S. exceeded $250 billion. And the U.S. drug wholesale prices were 2 to 3 times more expensive than the global average, and patients in the U.S. are paying up to 3 to 4 times more than other countries. So like I said, we have the largest market, but we also are the least constrained as far as pricing caps. To give you an idea of where our spending has been in the past, in 2008, patients who were less than or equal to 65 years of age spent an average of $273 per person per year for those who are uninsured, $619 per person for those with private insurance, $943 per person for those on Medicaid, and for those who are retired with supplemental insurance, spent upwards of $1,800 to $2,400 per person per year. When the Affordable Care Act is in place, most people will be insured, so spending on healthcare in general, but specifically prescriptions, is going to increase. The spending increase that will be seen on pharmaceutical drugs is due to 2 things. One that we are familiar with. We do have an aging population, our baby boomers are getting older, and we are living longer, so that's going to continue. But the new thing is, with the Affordable Care Act, more people in our nation will be insured, and therefore they will have lower out-of-pocket costs for healthcare in general, but also for prescription drugs. So before, if they had gone to the ER or to the physician and gotten a prescription that would have cost them $300 for a month's supply of drug, it might cost them $10 now, so they're more likely to take that drug and be on it long term. So therefore, our pharmaceutical spending as a percentage of our healthcare is going to continue to increase exponentially along with this enactment of the Affordable Care Act. One other issue that will continue to be dealt with is marketing of prescription drugs. The former physician-representative relationship picture has changed indefinitely. There have been more regulations put in place over the past several years that limit what a physician is allowed to accept from a drug company. So the days of sales representatives bringing lunch to the office or sponsoring lavish dinners will continue to dwindle as the number of accountable care organizations increase. So new ways of promoting products and communicating with physicians will need to be created in order to maintain the relationship. Also, patients will hopefully play more of a role in their healthcare decisions, which gives drug companies another route for marketing their products. I hope you enjoyed hearing a brief opinion on what is to come with further implementation of the Affordable Care Act and its impact on the drug market. It will be very interesting to see how the next few years unfold.